Hello, welcome to you in finance class. I am Bhojraj Pangeni. In this video, we are going to talk about the capital budgeting technique. It is also known as the long-term investment decision techniques because it helps to take a decision whether to accept or reject the long-term investment proposal. The manager can take the decision about that whether to approve or reject the long-term investment proposal. So it is also known as the long-term investment decision techniques. Generally, in this video, we are going to discuss about the two types of project. That is, one is independent project and another is mutually exclusive project. Independent project are all the project that are independent to take a decision. It means that one project does not affect the decision of another project. So all the project might be selected if they fulfill the criteria. Now the accept all the projects which have payback period less than life of project. If there are three projects and all of the project fulfill that criteria, that means the life of project is less than the payback period. So if the life of project is less, payback period is higher, then so all the project are rejected. If the payback period is less, life of project are longer, then all the project are selected. And another criteria is positive NPV. If all the project has a positive NPV, then all project might be selected. IRR is greater than cost of capital and the pi is greater than 1. If pi is greater than 1, all the project might be selected. So in this project, independent project, there is no rules for only one selection of only one project. And another project is called mutually exclusive project. It means that if one project is selected, automatically all of other projects are rejected. Now, if you select the project A, then project B would be automatically rejected. So this is called the mutually exclusive project. The decision of one project is affected by decision for the another project. So it is called the mutually exclusive project. Accept only one project which has only one. You have to accept the only one project which has lesser payback period, lower payback period, higher NPV, IRR and PI. PI, NPV and IRR is better to be higher, but payback period is to be better if they are less. So have a look on question. A firm which weighted average cost of capital, that is cost of capital 11%, is considering the following mutually exclusive project. Which project? Mutually exclusive projects. So the decision criteria may be different according to the project's type. So be aware of mutually exclusive project or independent project. So here is the cash flow. Year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, project A. 0 year means the investment, initial investment amount. 0 year, that is negative amount because it is a negative because the firm have to pay the money for investment. After that, the cash flow is positive. Every year the cash flow are positive. So have a look on project A. The nature of cash flow are two types. Here the project A has a year 1 55,000, year 2 55,000, year 3 45,000, year 4 22,500, and year 5 22,500. Here is a different cash flow. So, and another project B, the year 1 38,000, year 2 38,000, year 3 38,000, year 4 38,000, and year 5 38,000. Here the project A has a different cash flow. There is no same cash flow in each year, so it is an uneven cash flow. Be aware of that. It is called uneven cash flow because the cash flow of year 1 to 5 is different. And in project B, there is the same equal amount of cash flow, that is called even cash flow. The formula may be different, so be aware of that. For even cash flow and for uneven cash flow, there are two types of formula. So have a look on your cash flow. Project A has a different amount in each year, so it is an uneven cash flow. And project B has equal amount of cash flow, so it is a even cash flow. Be aware, be consider it is a even, and project A has uneven cash flow. Now required A, according to payback period, which project should be accepted? You have to take the decision by payback period technique. So for this technique, you have to aware of mutually exclusive project type, mutually exclusive project or independent project. So while taking the decision, you have to be aware about the project type. And another is according to NPV method, which project should be accepted, and according to the IRR method, which project should be accepted, and according to the profitability index method, which project should be accepted. All the four techniques are here. Now first of all, we have to calculate the payback period. Have a look on cash flow and year. Copy on your copy. Now calculation of payback period of for project A, PBPA, that is payback period of project A is called payback period, PBP, payback period A for project A. Year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and cash flow 122,000, that is minus, and 55,000 plus 55,000 plus 45,000 plus 22,500 and 22,500. All the cash flow are positive in year 1 to 5, and in year 0, that is negative cash flow, that is called initial investment. Now cumulative cash flow. Have a look on cumulative cash flow. Cumulative means add up each year's cash flow in every year. First of all, in year 0, there is a negative cash flow of 122,000, and if you have to add up 55,000 to this, and we will get the negative value of 65,000. And again, year 2 cash flow should be added 65,000 plus 55,000, that is negative 10,000, and 10,000 plus 45,000, that is positive 35,000, and positive 35,000 plus 22,500, 57,500, and plus 22,500 again you have to add, then we will get 80,000. Now have a look on color. In year 3, the cumulative cash flow is positive. Have a look. In year 3, the cumulative cash flow CCF is positive, that is 35,000 is positive. So this year is the recovery year. Be aware about that. This year is the recovery year because the cumulative cash flow is just positive after negative cash flow. In year 2 there is negative cash flow, and in year 3 there is positive cash flow. So this 3 year is the recovery year, and the 45,000 is the cash flow of recovery year. And the 2 year 2 is the year before recovery. Year before recovery means 3 year is the recovery year, and the year before recovery is the 2. And 10,000 minus is the unrecovered amount before recovery, that is 2 year before recovery. The unrecovered amount, that is 10,000, is not a positive value, this is the negative value, that is amount to be recovered or unrecovered amount before recovery. Now payback period equal to year before recovery plus unrecovered amount before recovery divided by CF of recovery period. Have a look on each color, match the color. Year before recovery, that is 2. Year before recovery. Unrecovered amount before recovery, that is minus 10,000 is the unrecovered amount before recovery. We don't have to write in minus, so be aware about that. And the cash flow of recovery period, recovery period is the 3 year, so the cash flow of recovery period is 45,000. Now put the value year before recovery to 10,000 divided by 45,000, but don't put the 10,000 as a negative. Be aware about that. Don't put the 10,000 as a negative value. You have to put it a positive value. Okay, now we will get 2.2222 years. And it's turn for project B. Have a look on project B. Project A is the uneven cash flow and project B is the even cash flow. For even cash flow, we can, the initial amount in investment amount is 120,000, and the annual equal cash flow, there is the equal cash flow of 38,000. So this is the annual equal cash flow, so it is a even cash flow. For even cash flow, the payback period can be computed by directly putting the value in this formula, initial investment divided by cash flows. Put the value, initial investment is 120,000 divided by 38,000. We will get 3.1579 years. This is the very easiest method. You can calculate the payback period by tabulation method as calculated in project A, but it's be a longer. So you can put the direct formula for even cash flow. You cannot put the direct formula for uneven cash flow because there is any annual equal cash flow. So now have a look on the payback period of PP project A and project B. Project A payback period has a 2.2222 years and project B has a higher payback period. So for mutual exclusive project, we have a mutual exclusive project. You have to select only one project. So which one is selected? Higher or lesser? Payback period. Higher payback period or lower payback period are selected. Don't forget always the payback period is better to be a lower. Other are higher, payback period is lower. Now decision, since the payback period of project A is lower than the payback period of project B, have a look on the project A should be selected. Okay, the decision is based on the payback period, the lower payback period has been selected, and this is the mutually exclusive project. so you have to select only one project. Now number B, for project A, calculation of NPV. Our question is to take the decision based on the NPV method. So we have to calculate the NPV for project A and B. Project A is the uneven cash flow. So we have to make this format for uneven cash flow. And the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the cash flow 55,000, 55,000, 45,000, 22,500, 22,500 is our cash flow as given in the question. Now the cost of fund is 11%, cost of money, cost of fund, cost of capital is 11%. So look on the PVIF at 11%. PVIF, don't use the PVIF A, but always use the PVIF for uneven cash flow. Okay, at the rate of 11%. Have a look on the 11% for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and you will get this factors in financial table. Now you have to calculate the present value. Present value means M into N, that is cash flow into PVIF. Cash flow into PVIF. Cash flow is 55,000 into PVIF equal to 0.9009 equal to 45, 54,950 for year 1, and for year 2 55,000 into 0.8116 equal to 44,638, and year 3 45,000 into 0.7312, that is 32,904, and respectively have calculated this all the cash flow into PVIF and you will get the present value for year 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All these 5 years present value should be summed, should be totaled, and we get the total present value, that is 155,266. It is the summation of year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 present value. So total present value is 155,266 and the less initial investment, that is 0 year cash flow. Always use the initial investment means 0 year cash flow. Now the initial investment is 120,000. Now we will get the net present value. Net present value is TPV minus initial investment. So we can get 35,266 as a net present value. Now for project B project is even cash flow, so it's easy to calculate the total present value and NPV, net present value, by using direct formula. Okay, for project B, total present value equal to cash flow into PVIF A, I percent year. Have a look, PVIF A for even cash flow, use PVIF A, I percent years. Okay, for even cash flow use PVIF A, I percent year. I will tell you later. I will give you a link in the description about the cash flow, even cash flow and uneven cash flow, and the concept of time value of money. You can see in description. Now TPV equal to cash flow into PVIF A, I percent year. 38,000 into PVIF A, I means cost of fund or cost of capital, that is 11%. years is the life of project, that is years. So the 38,000 is the equal cash flow, that is 38,000 into, and PVIF A 11% 5 year is 3.6959. Now we can get rupees 140,444.20. NPV equal to TPV minus initial investment. NPV, we have to calculate NPV, not a TPV. TPV is used for calculating the payback period, profitability index. So TPV means NPV means TPV minus initial investment. Now we can get the NPV as 20,444.20. Okay, have a look on the NPV of A and NPV of B. This is the mutually exclusive project, so you have to select only one project according to the NPV. Higher NPV or lower NPV should be selected. Be aware of that. Always be aware of that. Only positive higher NPV should be selected. Positive higher NPV. That is, the project A has 35,266 and project B has 20,444.20. Which one is higher? The project A, NPV of project A is higher. So write the decision. Write the decision. Since the NPV of project A is more than NPV of project B, the project A should be selected. Okay. Now, the third one is we have to calculate the IRR. Third one is we have to calculate the IRR. The project A is the uneven cash flow, so we have to make this format, and year and cash flow are in question. Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and cash flows are 55,000, 55,000, 45,000 and 22,500, 22,500. These are given in the question. This IRR has been calculated by trial and error method. Trial and error means you have to make the NPV 0. The IRR is that rate which makes the NPV 0. So the NPV should be 0 or near about the 0. Near about 0 means a little bit higher than 0 and a little bit lower than 0, that is negative, and little bit positive. We can calculate it by interpolation. It's difficult to estimate which rate makes the NPV 0. So see the cash flow, and NPV for the project A at 11% is 35,000, almost 35,000. So this is the positive, so use the higher rate than 11%, more higher rate, because there is the more value of NPV. So this 35,000 should be brings to the 0 value or a little bit higher or lesser than 0. So use the drastically more discounting rate. For example, you have to write PVIF at 23%, or you can also use 24%, or you can also use 25%, whatever, it's your choice. Okay, but I use 23% as a discounting rate, and the value of PVIF at 23% for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in the financial table. You can write it from that table, and I calculate the present value. Present value means cash flow into PVIF, that is 55,000 into 0.813 and 55,000 into 0.661, and now the total present value is 123,075.3 less investment, and NPV is 3,075. That is positive value, 3,075, a little bit more positive. It's near about 0. So this is the positive NPV. So we can use more higher discount rate, because we have to make it a negative, a little bit negative. So you can, whether you can use a 24%, 25%, 26%, but don't use 50%, 40%. Don't make a large gap. Okay, don't make a large gap. 1%, 2%, 3% maybe a good, but large gap is not good. So it's not necessary to take a 24%. I take the PBIFA at 25%. The value of PBIF at 25% is 0.8, 0.64, 0.512, 0.4069, 0.3277 for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is respectively. You can get it through the financial table. At 25% PBIF, don't write the PBIF A, but always use the PBIF. Now then calculate the present value. Present value equals to the PB into cash flow into PBIF. Okay, cash flow is 55,000 into PBIF at 25%, that is 0.8. 55,000 into 0.8, that is 44,000. 55,000 into 0.64 for year 2, that is 35,200. And for year 3, 45,000 into 0.512, that is 23040. And in this way you can calculate for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sum is called the total present value. You have to make a NPV as previous section. Now 118,768.5 is our total present value for 25%, and less investment 120, and we can get negative value of NPV. Oh, one is positive and one is negative. Between this the NPV should be 0. Okay, one is positive and another is negative. Between this negative value and positive value the NPV would be 0. It must be 0 between these two values. So we can calculate if PBIFA 25%, if there is a positive value of NPV, so we have to try it more higher than 25%, that is 26, 27%. It may be, but at 25% we can get the negative present value, and in 23% we can get the positive present value. Between this the NPV would be 0. By interpolation, this is the interpolation formula, IRR of A, that is lower rate. Lower rate means 23% is our lower rate and higher rate is 25%. Okay, lower rate means 23%, higher rate means 25%. Lower rate plus NPV at lower rate divide by NPV at lower rate minus NPV at higher rate, okay, into HR minus LR percent. Put the value of lower rate as 23% plus NPV at a lower rate. Have a look on NPV at a lower rate. Lower rate means 23%, that is 3075.3 divide by NPV at lower rate 3075.3 minus NPV at HR higher rate. Higher rate means 25%. The NPV is minus 1231.5. So write the minus 1231.5, okay, into HR means 25 and LR means 23%. Compute this value, you can get 24.43%. It means that at 24.43% the NPV would be 0. Okay, now this all is about the project A, because the project A is on even cash flow. So for project B, IRR is the rate which makes NPV equal to 0. For project B, this is the even cash flow. Even cash flow is more easier to calculate. Okay, NPV equal to 0. NPV means TPV minus investment. TPV means CF into PBIF A, I percent in year. PBIF A, because this is the even cash flow PBIFA I% year on year minus investment equal to 0. CF, that is 38,000 into PBIFA I% year on years 5 year equal to 120. I means IRR. Okay, I means, don't write I as 11% because we have to calculate the rate. So I means IRR. Now this 38,000 is goes to the right hand side by dividing 120 and we'll get 3.1579 as a PBIFA I% 5 year. Okay, PBIFA I% 5 year equal to the 3.1579. Now we have to calculate the I. Looking at PBIFA, okay, looking at PBIFA table, the actual factor is 3.1579. okay, the actual factor has been found between 17% and 18% factors. Okay, the year is certain, so you have to check the factors 3.1579 in year 5. Okay, in year 5 you have to check, in year 5 you have to check the factor 3.1579 at which rate this factor has been found. Okay, 3.1579 यो फ्याक्टर 5 वर्षको PBIFA टेबलमा कति वर्षमा पाइन्छ, कति पर्सेन्टमा पाइन्छ त्यो हेर्नु पर्यो, कति पर्सेन्टको बीचमा PBIFA टेबलमा 5औं वर्षमा, वर्ष फिक्स छ, द नम्बर अफ इयर इज फिक्स्ड, तर I is not fixed. So you have to found the factor, actual factor 3.1579 has been found between 17% and 18% of factors 3.1993 and 3.1272 respectively. 17 years is the lower factors, 18% is the higher factors, higher rate. Okay, 17% is the lower rate and 18% is the higher rate, and 3.1993 is the factor at lower rate and 3.1272 is the factor at higher rate. By interpolation, lower rate, factor at lower rate minus actual factor divided by factor at lower rate minus factor at higher rate into HR minus LR. Now lower rate means 17% plus factor at lower rate means 17 years factor at 17 years 3.1993 minus actual factor means 3.1579, that is the actual factor we can calculate, and the lower rate factor 3.1993 minus factor at HR higher rate means 18 years factors, 18 years factor is 3.1272 into HR 18 minus LR 17%. We can get 17.57% as IRR. Okay, now you have to make a decision, the mutually exclusive decision, the mutually exclusive project, the decision would be what? The decision, since the IRR of project A is more than IRR of project B, the project A should be selected because only one project we have to select. Okay, now it's time for D, profitability index. Profitability index PI equal to total present value TPV divided by initial investment. The TPV for cash flow A and the TPV for cash flow B, both the TPV and initial investment are found in part B while calculating NPV. Have a look on NPV. Please have a look on NPV. You can get easily the value of TPV and initial investment. Now put for project A PI TPV means total present value means 155,266 divided by initial investment means 120,000. We can get 1.2939. And for project B, the PIB is 4,444.20, 140,444.20 divided by 120,000. That is project B's PI 1.1704. Have a look on PI of A and have a look on PI of B. PI of A and PI of B. Okay, which one is higher? The project A have PI is higher. So since the PI of project A is more than PI of project B, the project A should be selected. This is all the 4 techniques that assist the manager to take the decision about whether to accept the proposal or reject the proposal. If you have any doubt, you can comment. Please, you are requested to share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.